Hey, what's up, guys? Pillow King here, back with another video. Now, I have here... Who do I have here with me today?
Ezequiel Ziggy Carranza.
Ezequiel Ziggy Carranza. What did you do today?
I got top 8 in the PPG half case tournament today. I sucked out in the main event, but when you don't read cards, that's what happens.
Well, now I know you read them after that.
Of course.
Alright, cool. Then yeah, go ahead and show us the deck.
Alright, so I played a Zoodiac Eldlich build. I felt like this was very strong because Zeus is a very good card, and the way I played it is the traps recycle themselves. So started out with the Zoo engine. This is the Money Blast. I have to thank Asala for getting me into this list because I really like the fact that it has the Zoo and the Eldlich. So Money Blast stops target negates targets with spells. Ram does for spells and traps. So against Virtual World, depending on what they have, you use either one of them, I guess. And then the 2 Whip Tail, 2 Throw Blade. This one comes up for the draw every now and then when you don't have the other engine. You would use it. Other than that, it's worthless. And then this one might come up against the Mirror or any Zoo or any Eldritch deck because you want to banish the lords as much as possible. So yeah, you take damage, but you still attacked and you still can make Zeus. So they do come in handy. So you don't cut them, but yeah, definitely this is like perfect. And of course, I played 10 total.
Yeah, of course.
With the 3 Tankies and Barrage. These are just super plus with the Lording Crave. Like they're literally free send. And then this one does it for the Elland, Cursed Elland too. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, how's the Bunny Blast?
Bunny Blast was amazing. I've won a lot of matches because of it, and the 800, although it's more damage than Ram, does technically come up sometimes because you're trying to do damage as much as possible. And when you're putting the Drident attack mode and attack for 400, it doesn't seem like a lot. So 800 felt a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when I go into Tiger mode and I try to get the Ram to have both of them under it. But usually that's just Zeus after that, so it doesn't really matter for that. It's just the initial damage kind of helps out get game easier, which is we don't know what's the case, so we have to play the grind game. The best. Yeah. The best Eldritch card, Cursed Elland. Like this and any Zoo is like Conquistador, Sanguine, and his Drident, of course. Because Drident can just this or search a Conquistador or Hakero. If you have the other one, you're just godlike, which I opened a couple times, which is nice. You search the one you don't have, and then at end phase, so you don't get Veilered. At end phase, you get you use Drident to pop it, send a dead Hakero in deck, and then just banish it for the Sanguine, which means you have the full combo, which is that is, so it's pretty broken. Everything else is pretty much standard. You have the 3 Sanguines, the 3 Conquistadors. I played 2 Hakeros. These do come up every now and then. On my future match, I banished this one off of the Outland just so that I could get the Sanguine. So I have 2 pops left in deck, or I had each one set, but I have a pop left in deck and a banish left in deck. Which against Virtual World, going after their first turn, this is what you kind of want sometimes. To banish the Shen or the Niam and stuff like that, or maybe even they're a continuous spell.
Like hitting the Shen really hurts.
Yeah, Shen. Oh, I hate that card. The other, of course, 2 Golden Lords. I wanted the Golden Lord just makes sense. So I love that, and then plus the rarity is amazing. Talking about the rarity, you got the Ash with the little feet. These are my hand traps.
Oh no.
I switch out the Nibiru's for Skullmeisters. This is amazing. You're playing so many mirrors, and when you stop the first trap or the first the first trap in Grave Effect, it does so much. I have 6 outs to Miscellaneous, so that is very important too. I hate that card. And then against like Virtual World, these simultaneously do something on their turn and it slows them down. So I like the fact that they still, and plus Skullmeister isn't once per turn. And then just 2 Imperms. These are not important in this format right now. I like to play because it is a hand trap and it does still negate stuff on board, like I don't know, like Alistair and stuff, so they don't search and stuff, things like that. So I don't have negates in this deck, aside from this and droplets. But yeah, it comes up every now and then. And the fact that this is a hand trap makes it come in handy. They're usually the first side out target, so that's for sure. Everything else, 3 droplets. Again, I'm just going off of Salah's build. These are amazing. 3 Cyclones. These are amazing. Oh, you don't take any of these out. Like this throws your dead Lords in hand and even stuff on field. And especially when they're going against Virtual World, you send a trap and they can't even pop their own VFD, so it's going to be negated no matter what. You have 2 Book of Moons. These are awesome too. I had to cut one just to keep the other Imperm, so I did like a 2/2 thing. And then the last trap, this is like brand new, the 2 Torrential Tributes. You can go second against a full board and just win. Like that's why this is broken. And then against the Dinos, they're not going to XYZ summon until after main phase. So you Book of Moon the VFD. I mean their UTC, and then later on when they're going to summon what's it called? The one that negates monsters?
Oh, Doka.
Yeah. Then you just turn to tribute, and then you took care of the turn, and then you just make Zeus next turn to win. So that's the main deck. It was 41 cards. I definitely liked it. It was very consistent. Very few times that I brick, and even bricking though, it does a lot, because if you are able to make Zeus, then your other traps continue on. So we go to extra deck. Extra deck is a bunch of zoo monsters, of course. 2 copies of Borbo, 2 copies of Tiger Motor, 2 copies of Chuckanine. These are like regular standard. You definitely want Borbo at 2. It comes up a lot.
Yeah,
Hammercon doesn't come up at all. It's just a name.
Yeah.
Everything else is usually just names. I don't even do the Chuckanine Tiger Motor anymore. I just do the straight Drident, and then if not, it's going to be a Zeus no matter what. So this is like the standard for Zoo engine. You can make Zeus twice and win, and even including Zeus the second time can go for 6 materials if you haven't used Drident. This is the big reason why I love this fucking deck.
Zeus.
As soon as I heard this was a card, I fucking instantly bought it. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I loved it. And then the Pleiades. This is for the traps. It does come up, believe it or not. So it's really amazing that you can use the trap for something else. But aside from that, you use the Link Spider for it, so you can just go into an Alsa or even go into a Phoenix, which are like the other links. These are just like utility wise, and this also takes care of the token for the Dino, which is kind of interesting. So that's pretty cool, pretty neat there. And then lastly, of course, was the BLS link. This card has come up in handy a lot. I would have won in time on my round 2 yesterday if I knew how to play with this card, but it's brand new to me. And I ended up not seeing the play till 2 minutes later, and I only had 1 minute and 30 seconds to make a play, so it wasn't enough to win in time.
So no Mega Clops?
No, it doesn't come up because it dies. Everybody has an out to Mega Clops nowadays. Virtual War is what you're going to see the most of, and Virtual has 2 main deck outs, and then the regular Droplet or Imperm if they play that at 2, and plus they play XYZ, so it does nothing. So Mega Clops is like just worthless now. So we took it out. I took it out. It doesn't do enough. This is a side deck. 3 Nibiru's, of course. Like I said, the Gold Rare is the best. I don't know. I switched all my hand traps and everything I could to get Gold Rare, I got it. Only 2 Lancias. I don't know if I'm gonna bump this up to 3. I like it against Virtual World. I don't like it against the Mirror a lot because they just use the traps next turn, so you didn't stop anything. Because you're not gonna kill them in 1 turn, so you didn't stop anything. So that's why it wasn't like the best or whatever. But yeah, it still comes up in handy, especially against the dinos and stuff. 1 Pranker Tops, 1 Gamma Seal. I still wanted to wait till out Dragoons. There's a lot of Dragoon decks out there, so gotta make sure you can out it. Feather Duster, because it's Feather Duster and you can play it now. This is amazing. I got to use it like twice, I guess, during the tournament yesterday. I didn't get to use it at all today because I played only Virtual, and this is, it's okay with just Virtual, not the best. Because VFD and 1 trap is all they really end on, and that's not banishing much. So yeah, we're in McDonald's, guys. We're back where we started pretty much.
Dinger.
And then we have, of course, 2 Dimension Barriers. This I might bump up to 3. I love this. Even going second, this can win you games, especially against the Mirror. Like, you can do a lot. Obviously not against everything, but it's good against the Synchro. And I stopped playing like the Solemns because of the fact that you save your life points, which you have so little of and end up dying because Zoo monsters aren't that big at all. So I love the fact that it didn't spend any life points. But speaking about life points, you play the red Reboot because you can clear the board. So that's why you play this. And this was like a 1-up tech that I played in today. And it comes very handy. I like having the extra Imperial Water. You Zeus it anyways in the end, or at some point you're gonna Zeus anyway, so it's not like it's gonna last long. But if you can stop a turn against Virtual World, like that's enough to get complete board control with 6 materials under Zeus. But the very Reboot was nice. Yeah, definitely nice. Because you can just Zeus the whole board, so it doesn't matter what they said, it's gonna be gone no matter what.
Alright, yeah, so any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to my friends and family from Orlando. I liked being able to come down here and represent us. I'm sorry I sucked in the main event, but I did okay in the case event. Got like half a box, so that was good enough for me. I always play it out. There's no split up there, so and they all know that. So it was good to come down here and play. Definitely want to give thanks, or shout out to T, of course, you know who she is, and all my friends here in Westmont. It was nice seeing a lot of my friends again, and play testing and stuff. So it was really, really nice. And of course, Casa Empanada, my homies down in Miami now. They moved to Miami, but yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, hopefully we'll see you again. Take it easy.